Bitcoin is currently still getting rejected by this exact level of resistance right here, but at this exact moment of time, a lot of new short positions are piling up around that 38.5k level, and more than 400 million US dollars in short positions will get liquidated if Bitcoin hits this level. So I will be exactly explaining about what currently is going on with the Bitcoin CME gap, with the price action, what we're currently seeing, with the exact narrative we have in the market, and many more important charts we need to discuss right now. So without any further ado, don't forget to slap up that like button back above 400 likes on today's update video. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the imminent short term. So for the ones that maybe missed my emergency update that I brought out yesterday, Bitcoin has right now pumped back towards the upside and already have been filling up the CME gap that we created around that 38.4k level. What we were expecting is going to be happening within 48 to 72 hours, and it did happen within 40 hours after the creation of the CME gap. So once again, the Bitcoin CME gap is filled up like we were expecting. Looking at the imminent short term, however, Bitcoin still remains to be creating higher lows after higher lows after higher lows, and it was not a big surprise that we were actually bouncing from this level. You can see that this trend is right now still continuing, and also Bitcoin remains to be creating higher lows every single time as well. So Bitcoin is looking actually quite strong here for this trend that we're currently trading in, and honestly, most likely I will be expecting that this trend will just keep continuing towards the upside. Why? Is because purely due to the fact of the narrative. I mean, honestly, right now within days the Bitcoin spot ETF is going to get accepted, and why would you sell your Bitcoin right now moments before the Bitcoin spot ETF could get accepted? And we do know once a spot ETF gets accepted, we're going to get such a gigantic pump towards the upside. I mean, honestly, it is just pretty silly if you're going to be selling right now, and due to that, people are just not really selling, and that is why we are having reduced sell pressure, and that is why we create these higher lows every single time, because no one is willing to sell their Bitcoin right now. Of course, this could change after the ETF comes out, because then people could say, okay, was this the pump? Okay, maybe I'm gonna be exiting the markets right now, but this is the narrative that we're currently looking at. Another very important thing to be looking at right now here is that, of course, the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. I mean, honestly, I predicted this move towards the upside yesterday to be happening due to the fact that there was so much liquidity laying here on the top side. I mean, honestly, I tweeted so many times about it. It also got 240,000 views, but I talked about that probably Bitcoin is going to go to 38,000 US dollars. I also said it on yesterday's video because the majority of the liquidations were laying above us. And this time around, again, more than 400 million US dollars worth of Bitcoin liquidations are laying above us. So I won't be actually surprised that Bitcoin potentially could go once again up towards that 38.6k level, squeeze out all these short positions, and then potentially move down again here. But right now as well, it looks to be that some long positions could be piling up here on the lower side, also worth an approximately 200 million US dollars. So there's definitely importance to be also looking towards the downside, but currently the majority of the liquidations and the closest towards us is around the upsides. So potentially Bitcoin could be once again pushing back towards the upside and potentially even form up a new yearly high. So also looking at Bitcoin, honestly, if you compare Bitcoin versus the surge interest, you can see that right now we are not even close towards a bull market, and honestly the surge interest in Bitcoin is still so low here, what also means that the potential upside for us is extremely high from off this point. Still, once the Bitcoin surge volume is going to be hitting new all-time highs, you're going to be knowing here on the channel first, because that is usually the period where the top of the bull market is going to be at. So I will let you know later once this happens in the bull market, so make sure to subscribe to the channel right now, because then you will be staying up to date exactly to the moment this is going to be happening, and that way you will be guaranteed to be winning. Also, on top of that, we can currently see that the Tether market cap has been still increasing. Tether yesterday minted another billion US dollars. So Tether remains to be minting more stables, and that could potentially also have a positive effect on the price action of Bitcoin. Honestly, if we're looking at the 12-hour time frame, yesterday I talked about this as well. I mean, honestly, this ascending triangle is basically very important to look at. I mean, it's the clear upper sloping support line and the clear resistance. I mean, you can clearly see 1, 2, 3, and right now 4 times in a row we got rejected. So this is an important level. If we can confirm the break above this level, it will be very bullish for Bitcoin. It will be also meaning the highest 12-hourly candle close of the entire year for Bitcoin. So if we confirm the breakout above this level, honestly, the next target we're going to be looking for is going to be sitting around 39.8 to 39.7k. So this is the level I'm going to be looking for on Bitcoin gonna be keeping my eyes wide open on it. But honestly, this is really a price target that I'm going to be aiming for, that Bitcoin potentially could be reaching here. Honestly, an ascending triangle is already a typical bullish bias continuation pattern. So since we already had this bullish momentum towards the upside, we're consolidating right here. We are indeed most likely going to be seeing that continuation towards the upside already. So things are looking very strong for Bitcoin. Honestly, if you were to be trading it, make sure go to BYBIT or bitfinex. So BYBIT is an exchange where you could be right now claiming a deposit bonus up to $40,000, and without the link in the description, only $400. And on top of that, you could make sure to claim this airdrop position, guys. It's super valuable. All you need to do here is sign up account using the link below, complete KYC, and you only have to deposit $100 in the first 7 days, and you could be claiming that free $1,000 airdrop position for only depositing $100. So super valuable. I'm currently also still in a trade here on BYBIT, making an approximately $7,000 in profit. I already closed down approximately $4,000, so making it about $12,000 to $11,000 in profit right now here. I'm doing a pretty okay job here, but honestly, I am looking to be opening up way bigger trades, but currently my take profit is sitting around that 39,700 level. 39,700 is the target I'm going to be taking profits at, and honestly, I think 39.7k is also a good level to be taking my profits at. So I've not set up my take profit yet, but I will be setting it up right now. That would literally make this a 200% gain trade, and that is honestly not bad at all. And currently, my stop loss is also in profit, so for me, there is no risk at all on holding this trade open. And honestly, I really think that 39.7k is going to be the next level of resistance. So honestly, if you're looking at it, Bitcoin is currently breaking out of this symmetrical triangle. It flipped this previous level of resistance exactly into support. And if you're looking about where we're currently trading at, this is of course the most important level of resistance, but more importantly, this level is so important. You can clearly see it. Big support, big support, big support, and the moment we broke below it was basically the point where this big drop off started. And the reason why 39.7k is my target is because this is exactly the drop off point from the top side, and that is 39.7k. So those are the targets that I've currently got in mind for Bitcoin. Bitcoin remains to be very strong and resilient. Why? Is because purely of that trend. Bitcoin remains to be so strong because people who are not interested in selling their Bitcoins moments before the spot ETF gets accepted. And right now we're only 41 days out before the final deadline is going to be there. So it's another 41 days before the Bitcoin spot ETF comes, and probably that will create a mega pump on the price action of Bitcoin. And just wait before the ETF gets on the market, because that will be an even bigger pump, because then all the institutions, they're going to be rushing into Bitcoin. They are all going to go on a marketing campaign for Bitcoin. So it's going to be a very interesting period in the market. And honestly, I think the biggest gains are still yet to come here. Honestly, the cup and handle pattern for Bitcoin, $58,000 is price target. I think is an easy price target to be reaching for Bitcoin. So, I mean, I discussed some very important things. I truly hope you did learn something from it. If you did so, don't forget to slap up that like button. And of course, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next update video here on the channel. Peace out. Goodbye. And by the way, guys, what do you think about I should be making an altcoin channel? Altcoin Rover, where I'm going to discuss altcoins. Let me know in the comment section down below.